one of our favorite courses and programs, the Using Generative AI in Teaching and Learning certification. You're part of the Spring 2025 cohort. And welcome to your very first AI Yai, which is our weekly update where we reach out to you and talk to you about stuff. We'll talk to you about some of the things that we've done. We'll look ahead to the coming work, and then we'll try to share with you one of the Blackboard's Ultra's AI design assistant tools that you may or may not be familiar with or know about as it relates to adding generative AI content in your courses or using it to help you in any sort of way. So, that being said, my name is Jacob Spradlin. I am one of the facilitators along with Jason Woodall, Elliot Cochran, and Faith Miller, who are all part of the instructional development team. I'm the executive director for online instructional development and support for SHSU Online. I work with this team, our instructional design team, and our research and communications team. So that being said, we're coming to you today and just kind of giving you a kind of a twofer, right? Not only do you get this update, you also get an example of what we think is a good practice as it relates to any kind of course, whether it be fully online, online live, or web enhanced, or hybrid blended, connecting with you, our participants. So we hope that you like these. We hope that you tune in to each of these and this specific AI or IAII, our play on words there. But in this update, we're going to do a little talking. First, welcome, y'all. I know we've got you for the next, little while, and I hope that you enjoy your time. I know that this course is full of things that I think you'll find helpful, practical takeaways, tools, strategies, and then some real thoughtful exercises that we designed to help you think your way through how you might use or not use, or even just think about how you would talk about AI with your students. So anyway, that being said, welcome. Obviously this week you're in the first week and you're going through our wonderful Start Here. So you've probably already seen our walkthrough video where, we walk you through how to go through the program. Keep in mind, you'll see me here with my welcome and then a welcome and AI generated welcome as well. But you'll scroll through and we'll tell you, how to work through the course, how the course operates, where you need to look for things. And all throughout the course, you'll see little call outs that we leverage to kind of draw your attention to specific things that we think are important, like quick tips or focusing in on instructions or tools and resources and links or next steps, right? So each of these things show up in the course for you. So this week, obviously, you've got a couple of things that we'd like you to do. You learn about navigating the course here, and there's a great navigational video that Faith Miller put together for you. So I would highly advise you going through this navigation video because it's going to tell you how to successfully make your way through the course. And then where you can learn more about us. But what we want you to do, obviously, in this regard, is we want you to commit to complete the pre-assessment survey and participate in our welcome discussion. The pre-assessment survey is just to gauge your knowledge, comfort level, heebie-jeebiness of using generative AI in the teaching and learning space, or even your knowledge of it. So please fill that out. We're going to have a post-assessment at the end of the course, we think, which will also be valuable. So the welcome discussion, also kind of nice, allows you to introduce yourself. Now, you can introduce yourself a number of ways, right? You can introduce yourself the same old with text. Then you can introduce yourself maybe with just a video. You can do that as well. Or we give you a something called HeyGen, a tool that you can use to generate a quick video that you can then, and we even have a nice little video for instructions on how to do some of this fun stuff. But anyway, you can use HeyGen to create your own AI introduction. So as I scroll through here, you will see a couple of different items we've got. Here we've got an AI course intro from, actually this is just a regular video from Faith. But as you scroll through, there's some options for you. You might find something out there in the wild that does AI to introduce yourself that we don't use. So feel free. It's kind of a choose your own adventure kind of a thing. So that being said, feel free to take a look at it. All right. Okay. So after that, those are the two activities we've got going on for this week, and they're both due today. Then you've got some other stuff coming, right? So the first, you get into module 1, which is kind of like our foundational, our introduction. We talk about things like large language models and data sets, and just getting a little bit of a background to really understand how generative AI works and what happens and why those data sets are important and all that good stuff. So please work your way through there. But you'll notice that we have a due date cadence, right? So today is a Wednesday. The next due date that you've got going on is the 30th, right? So our next due date comes in here. So the first thing you'll see in here is you've got a journal entry, and then for lesson 1 that we want you to do, and then lesson 2. And then lesson 3, you're going to have an interactive knowledge checks and then an assignment after the lesson 4. So there's lots of fun stuff in here, and you'll learn about those interactive knowledge check if you watch that navigation video. Super important. But you'll see that they're all put together the same way, right? So if I were to go into lesson 1, for instance, and what is generative AI, you'll see it's kind of where we put it into practice. You've got videos you can learn about. We've got resources for you, and we have explainers. So please dive into the content. Some of you may already know this and may just be a refresher for you, and that's fine. But we do think there's value in the activities that we've got going for you. We have case studies in here. We've got ethical analysis. We've got fun stuff like that as it relates to AI. So that's kind of our first foray into where we've been and where we're going, or that kind of a thing. Now we're going to give you our tip. And so what I think is a very cool tip that you may or may not be aware of is you can actually leverage AI Design Assistant with Ally. Yes, you can. So for instance, here we have an image in a course. In this case, it's Van Gogh's Starry, Starry Night, right? It looks more like Moony, Moony Night, but I'm kidding. I digress. But you'll notice here with the nice little gauge that things aren't that good. So I might need to do something, right? So I'm going to click on that little dude, and it takes me to my Ally interface. And in olden times, I could just type in the description right there. And the nice thing here is if I want to save myself some time, I could actually generate one. So maybe I'm just using some other photos. Maybe like there's a photo of some students in a classroom or whatever. I can use the AI Design Assistant to auto-generate my description inside of Ally. So if I click it, it'll come back with a painting of Starry Night, and I could go by Van Gogh, right? Van Gogh, I think. I've forgotten exactly how that one is actually pronounced in the original, but we always say Van Gogh. But that being said, a painting of Starry Night. Now that's pretty darn cool that it would know what this is specifically. Well, that's because it's a very searchable image. Otherwise, it's going to do its best to interpret what's there. But always pay attention to this generated text that happens, because you may want to try generating again or editing, updating, that kind of thing, right? And then when I'm ready, I just hit add, and it's going to fix that for me. So you get a twofer here. You get a AI Design Assistant and a way to use Ally to make my course more accessible for students. So now you'll see I've got a green gauge. So anyway, that's your tip for today, that you can actually leverage Ally to auto-generate alt text for your images. And that's going to become really important with the new WCAG rules that are coming out that will be enforceable the end of 2026. So, or is it August 2026? Whatever it is. But the ability for you to easily get in there and add alt text to images is just one part of that. This is a great tool. I hope you like it. I hope you can leverage it in your own courses. Maybe you dive back through some old courses and start updating your alt text a little easier, right? Okay, well, anyway, thank you all so much for your time. I hope you've enjoyed your first AI Yai, and I hope you have a good rest of your week. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions or need anything. Have a good time in the course.